Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports, and also WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. We are live tonight from the campus of the Columbus State Cougars. They're going to play the Miami Hamilton branch Harriers in tonight's men's basketball action. We're going to get underway in just a little under 4.5 minutes here. We've got Joe Davis and Alan King doing all the play-by-play and color. I'll throw in my 2 cents here every so often, but I'll be doing the camera. We've got Dean Thompson on camera number 2, and so hopefully we're going to bring you some great college basketball action. The Harriers are 10-10, and the Cougars are 10-2. So interesting development tonight, and we hope that everybody will enjoy the broadcast. I'm turning it over to the broadcast crew. You guys go ahead and take care.
Oh, Rick, it's great to be here. Thanks for having us. Joe, good to have you back here with me, buddy. Good to do a second game together. We, like Rick said, we're going to have an exciting game. Just looking up some stats. Columbus State, they average over 101 points per game, so they are going to put the ball up. They have 6 guys on their stat sheet right now that are shooting better than 50%. Looks like a couple of those guys are going to possibly be out tonight, so a little bit different team maybe than they've had for these first 12 games. But still, looks like an exciting, up-tempo, high-paced type game that we're going to get to see here. So
right, with that kind of scoring, whether those guys are in or not, it looks like they play an up-tempo game, get the ball down the floor and go to the hoop.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see a lot of threes, 274 threes attempted as a team on the season for Columbus State. And they are, 178, and they are shooting about 37% from the three-point line as a team. So
that's still good. Usually the average is around 30 to 33.
And getting to the free throw line a lot as well. So a lot of times you see those teams with high three-point marks. You don't see them necessarily getting to the line, although that's changing more and more because now we're, again, seeing a lot of teams attack, looking for those kicks, that driving kick type offense. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing tonight, seeing what kind of style of play we have. It should be a fun, exciting game to watch. We got about 2.5 minutes till tip. Joe, what else are you looking for and excited about tonight?
I'm looking to see, again, what type of style both teams have. I've not seen either team here tonight. So, Miami University of Hamilton, been watching them warm up down there, trying to find out, are they going to be more of a take it inside type of team, or are they going to try to shoot outside? Watching the home team practice, it seems like they do shoot a lot of threes. They've been practicing a lot of threes. So, see if they're different offenses. How do they manage each other? And then, again, how they do on the foul lines.
And let's reset the rosters for both teams real quick. Columbus State, again, the Cougars here at home. Number 1, Malik Evans, a freshman, a 6'2 guard. Number 2, Jeremiah Fair-Harris. He's a sophomore. He's a 5'8 guard out of Centennial High School. Number 4, Zion Farm. He's a freshman. He's a 6-foot guard out of Eastmoor Academy. Number 5, Mario Young, a sophomore guard forward, about 6'3 from Mansfield Senior High School. Number 12, Austin Bennett, a freshman forward. He's 6'2 from Westerville North. Number 15, Matthew Gerhardt. He's a sophomore. He's 6'5 out of Worthington Kilbourne. Number 20, Shamar Brown. He's a freshman, 6'4 out of Columbus West High School. And then rounding out their roster, number 22, Ronald Farrow. He's a freshman. He's 6'5 from Pick North High School. They are coached by Ed Thompson with assistants Kareem Masty and Justin Brown. And we have 20 minutes on the clock, and they're going to start some announcements. We're going to hit Miami Hamilton, those roster real quick. They have number 2, Sharon Hill. He's a 6'7 forward. Number 3, Amon Tisrael. And we're going to take a moment for the national anthem.
I'm going to sit down as long as I can. We're not going to be sitting long after we do this.
So again, the rest of the Miami Hamilton roster: number 5, Jeremichael Blanton; number 11, Vincent Walker; number 12, Chris Edwards; number 24, Ronald Frost III; number 35, Jordan Johnson; and number 42, Logan Taylor. So starting then for Miami Hamilton: number 2, Hill; number 3, Tisrael; and number 42, Logan Taylor.
And I don't see the numbers of the 2 in between. I didn't hear them. Number 5 and number 10.
Number 5, Blanton. And Mario Young starting for Columbus State, as well as number 4, Zion Farrell. Malik Evans, number 1. Number 15, Matthew Gerhardt. And number 20, Shamar Brown will round out the starting lineups for Columbus State. So again, looking for a fast-tempo, high-paced game here. Again, welcome for those of you joining us on 106.9 WZAA and CampusNation.com, the sports animal. We are about to tip off here between Miami Hamilton and Columbus State in men's basketball here.
Columbus State's going to be going from our left to our right, and Miami will be going from our right to our left on our radio dial.
So jumping will be Hill and Brown. And Hill's going to easily win that tip, no contest. And Miami Hamilton will control the ball. Little back screen action here, going to be from the spread offense. And immediately Blanton attacking the hoop, and he scores the first 2 of the game.
Yeah, that was he just went left-handed, went right in, and just got a nice, easy layup.
Farron calling out the set. He's going to move the ball over to the right to Bennett. Bennett swings it back to the top of the key to Farron. Farron, a nice little bounce pass. It gets stolen, though, by Blanton. Blanton immediately down the court. Go to miss and go for his own putback. Bennett is going to be able to corral the ball, though, for Columbus State. Again, Columbus State back on the attack. Farron gets the ball inside to Garrett. Garrett with a little lefty hook, and he is off. Tisrael on the rebound, and he immediately again attacks. Tisrael, a little driving kick, tipped out of bounds. It'll remain to the Farriers' ball. Harriers. It's going to give me a minute to be able to say that. The Harriers.
Yeah, I think Farriers, aren't they the ones that do the shoes on the horses?
You are correct.
There we go.
And Tisrael, he has the ball in, swings it over to the right to Blanton. Blanton quickly moving it back to Taylor. Looking a little high-low action. Ball stolen by Bennett. Bennett immediately on the attack and straight to the cup for a nice lay-in. And we have a tie ball game 2-2. Blanton immediately on the attack. They have a nice little trap, and he's going to have to call a quick timeout. I'm sure not what the coach wants.
No, and they had him right in front of the other team's bench, right pinned in.
Yeah, they got him trapped immediately across half court. So with 18:42 left in the first half, we have our first timeout, a 30-second timeout by the Harriers.
Yeah, we've got our work cut out for us tonight because this action is going to be intense, I can just tell.
And they're going, both of them, just get the ball and go. Very quick up tempo.
And it looks like whoever rebounds the basketball for both teams skilled enough to attack on their own. They're not going to have to be passing the ball up the court. They're going to be able to attack and move the ball quickly. So again, with 23 here on the shot clock, it'll be the Harriers' ball on the sideline. And move the basketball in. Tisrael at the top of the circle. He's going to drive, attack, and a little kick to the corner. Swinging the ball around to the top of the key. Number 10 on the attack. Number 2, Hill with the basketball inside. He kicks it out. 3-point bucket for Tisrael, and he is good. Good from the corner. So a little bit of man-to-man full court pressure. Bennett able to easily break that. Bennett again swings the ball back up to Farron. Farron calling out the set, swings it back to the wing to Bennett. A little UCLA action. Coach Sheeby likes to call that America's play because everybody in America has it. A quick 3 from number 5, Young, and he is good. Some
to
hot
five.
shooting to start
It
off
is.
the game here, gentlemen. A little high-low action there to Taylor.
little
Taylor
hook.
with the little baby hook, but he's no good. Quickly corralled by Brown. And Ferrum attacking the cup again, right over the taller Hill. Hill does a nice job avoiding the foul, and right back down the court.
Ooh, there we
a
go.
layup and one, good by Tisrael. And we're going to have our first foul of the game on Bennett.
Where he could avoid it, he went body to body and made the contact and got the foul.
And, Joe, how tough is that as an official to officiate that? Because we have some long, athletic gentlemen, Hill down here, able to get up and stay vertical. They always talk about that verticality.
Right.
As you mentioned, Bennett on the other end, unable to stay vertical, gets the foul call.
Yeah, I thought it was a good job, no call down here. That's what you look for. When you do that, you're looking at the body, you're looking at, is the arm all of a sudden going where it shouldn't go?
So he was able to avoid contact, and Tisrael able to make the first and one of the evening. Again, into that little UCLA cut, and they try to trap out of it, but he quickly swings the basketball to Bennett on the other side of the court. Ball into the middle to Garrett. Garrett back to Ferrum. Ferrum has Gerhardt on the wing, and he is good from three. A little lefty stroke there from number 15, Garrett. Nice stroke there. We have an 8-8 ball game with 17 minutes left.
Steal.
So, Joe, if you are the Harriers, you want to avoid the corners. That's
right.
Twice now they've been trapped, unable there, Bennett, to corral that, but tips it out of bounds. You're going to want to avoid the corners versus the Cougars tonight.
And it may be something that's in your program to go to against other teams. But tonight you're going to have to draw up something different. You're just getting in trouble too much.
And 5 at the top of the key.
Whoa,
a little three from
that was
Blanton
nice.
up for about 27-foot three. I say a little three. That was deep.
Yeah.
And again, Ferrum immediately back down the court, pushing the ball. Columbus State running a lot of things out of this 1-4 high set. Again, a little UCLA cut. Bennett, a 15-foot jumper from the elbow. No good. That ball's tipped around, and Hill on the rebound for the Harriers. Immediately attack, but he has that ball stolen from him by Young, and immediate to the cup. Good two and a left-handed layup by Young. Right back down the court, and number 5, Blanton off, and Garrett with the rebound. Again, Columbus State in attack mode, a little nice pull-up 15-footer from Young. So, Joe, we've just seen them just up and down the court, racing back and forth. Great pace to this game so far.
I love this pace.
So now, as I said,
and they're
great
running
place.
an offense. And as fast as they're going, they are running, an offense on both sides.
It's not just run and gun. You're right. They're moving the basketball. Got a little motion action here by the Harriers. Hill with the ball at 27 feet. A behind the back dribble by the big fella, stolen by Ferrum. Ferrum back on the attack. A nice give up, and he's going to be fouled and one.
I tell you what, he had to be strong there because he got fouled hard on the arm and was still able to push it on up and make the basket.
Mario Young with the and one there, able to finish. We'll see if he's able to go to the free throw line. Unfortunately, in our roster, we don't have a number 10 on our roster at all, so I'm not sure what the young man's name, number 10, is
We might be
for
able
the
to get
Harriers.
something from the crew next door. I don't know.
So we have a 14-11 ball game. The free throw is missed. Rebound by Hill. Immediate attack again by Blanton. And we are going to have a jump ball tied up. That ball will go to Columbus State. So we have some subs here for the first time this evening. We will be seeing again another young man that doesn't make the roster, number 1. As well as number 21, who also did not make the roster for the Harriers. So we'll look and see if we can rectify that. He has the same roster currently that I'm looking off of. Again, Columbus State now going against a little zone. Sitting in a 2-3 zone for the Harriers, and 5 there. Young misses, but it's rebounded by Hill. Hill is going to bring the basketball down the court, immediately get it. A nice little pump. He gets it stripped away, but Hill on the rebound and the putback. So Hill, he has a nice floor game, doesn't he? Doing a little bit of everything for the Harriers. Quick kick out to Evans. Evans for 3, just short. Tipped up and rebounded by the Harriers. But that ball is immediately stripped, picked up by Young, who turns it over to Blanton. Blanton on the steal. He's going to kick it ahead, and a nice little layup here. 15-14, the Harriers are ahead by 1.
And I like the team play there. I mean, he caught it 6 feet from the basket, but passed it on into the player next to the basket instead of taking it on in himself. which shows they're all about team rather than just scoring themselves.
Seeing a little 2-3 zone here. And a nice attack on the baseline by Brown, but he's unable to make it. Hill with the immediate rebound, and Blanton.
He did a good job of getting his shoulders squared going up, but just shot it a little too hard.
Blanton swings it over to Tisrael. Tisrael for 3. He is going to be long, and Ferrum with the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Young. Young attacking, and that ball was kicked. Yep. They're going to get it.
The end of the basket.
Out of bounds underneath on the baseline.
His pace is, I don't see how they can keep this up for 4 quarters or
well, they're gonna
2 halves.
They're going to have to sub quickly. They're only 7 on each team, 7 on one bench with the Harriers and 8 total players.
It's all coaches in between there.
Yeah.
They almost got more coaches than they do players over on that bench.
So Young off of a ball screen. He's looking to attack. He swings it, gets it inside to Brown. Brown immediately attacks Hill.
Hit on the elbow.
And that's going to be the first foul on Hill. That would be the one trouble with this 7- and 8-man roster is hopefully we don't have too much foul trouble.
Yes. Right, yeah, because then what do? You're going to play 4-on-4 or 3-on-3?
Well, Columbus State has 6 coaches and 7 players.
And the first one up and good for Brown. So we have a 15-15 tie with 13:50 left in the first half.
Now, a couple of those in the blue, they could be the players that are not playing.
That could be as well.
And that's what they're taking stats and stuff, so that could be.
Second one up and good there. And so now a 16-15 lead for Columbus State. I have a feeling this is going to be a back-and-forth battle all evening.
I do too.
Swings the ball, a deep 3 from number 1, and just rimmed in and out. Nice rebound by Gerhardt.
I like I'll tell you what, most of the players, especially Columbus State, they've got a nice backspin on the ball. Even when they shoot the 3, just a nice shot.
And Gerhardt with the miss. Hill with another rebound, already his 5th rebound of the game. Nice little driving kick to Blanton. Blanton
swish
deep in the corner for 3. I tell you what, this Harriers team, they really can break you down off the dribble, can't they?
They can.
Columbus State trying to do a little bit of the same. Young with a little miss, and he is going to have a foul on the rebound there. Young going up for it.
Yeah, he got his elbow down. He got over him a little bit too much, got the elbow laying on the back to tip that ball loose.
And Fair Harris checking in for the first time this evening for Columbus State, the sophomore from Centennial High School. Also coming in, Malik Evans checking out Shamar Brown. And he swings it into the corner. Running again, a nice little down screen pick, and Bennett does a good job of sealing after he sets the screen. A little turnaround jumper, just long. Tip Hill's going to corral it, and he is on the attack. Nice little pass off to Blanton with an attack. I tell you what, Blanton is a nice scorer, isn't he, gentlemen? He knows how to put the ball in the hole, whether it be at the basket or from the 3.
I watched that play here, and the player that was over here, and I thought it was 5, but it might have been number 2. Hard to see. As the player was going on that side, he had defense on this side, and his player that he's watching is behind him. But he sort of slowed up to watch, and then his guy zoomed, and then they made the pass over. If he'd just went into the basket, just going on in, he could have stopped that bounce pass back.
And we have a full timeout on the floor. We'll go to a message from one of our sponsors here while we take a break.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest-growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
106.9 WZAA LP, Jeffersonville.
Welcome back to WZAA 106.9 and CampusNation.com, the sports animal.
Where they play the good, old, nice, great music.
We are at Columbus State. It's Columbus State's ball with 12:37 left in the first half. They are down 16-20 to to the Miami Hamilton Harriers. Miami Hamilton in a 1-3-1 trapping zone here coming out of the break. Little 15-foot left-handed jumper there by Gearhart, rebounded by Blanton. Blanton has been the star of our first half. Number 1 deep for Miami Hamilton with a miss. Hill keeps it alive. Back over to Blanton. Blanton unable to corral it. He is out of bounds as he touches it. It'll be Columbus State's
Good no
ball.
call on the possible travel, because as he went, he bobbled the ball. You can't be traveling when you're bobbling the ball and never had control of it. Therefore, no travel. Good call by the official, or good no call by the official.
So checking back in, Ronald Farrow for Columbus State. Fair Harris bringing the ball down as the point, going against this 1-3-1 zone here for the Harriers. Kick the ball to the corner and swings it back to the top. Fair Harris with a shot deep from 3, and he is good. So Jeremiah Fair Harris with his first shot of the game, and is a deep 3, and it was a good 3.
Nice 3. Nice shot. Nice form.
And Hamilton back with the ball, moving it around the horn. Blanton over to Hill. Hill now looking to attack. And Hill, the big man with some nice moves, a little 15-foot jumper going left.
Nice.
Hill is a smooth athlete.
Again, coming to the left, but then squared his shoulders up and shot almost like shooting backward from where he was coming from. Good job.
Hamilton in 2 different zones. The coaching staff able to get them into their 2-3 matchup zone here. They started out a little bit half and half. Columbus State confused as well with 6 on the shot clock. They're going to need to get a shot up. And a nice attack by Malik Evans, and he is fouled by Harris, and that will be Harris's second of the first half. That's going to be a big foul here.
Yeah. Basically, when you've got 7 guys, you don't want him to get in foul trouble. So I got a feeling he may be coming in now for Harris.
42 Taylor is at the table, and I got to imagine, as you said, Joe, he's going to be coming in. Again, Evans is going to be at the free throw line shooting 2 for Columbus State. And it is up, and it is true. Really nice stroke, Joe. You mentioned that earlier today. Both of these teams really have some nice shooting strokes, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I look at when I'm watching teams, is the stroke and form.
So Hill is going to go out, and with 11:06, 22-20 game, you got to imagine that's going to impact this basketball game the way he's played so far. Second one is up and true as well. So 21-22.
This has basically been a 1-point game most of the game.
And a little man-to-man press. Fair Harris does a nice job of pressing, but Tisrael able to attack and move the basketball. Screen by Taylor. Tisrael gets a tip from behind from Fair Harris, and they're going to throw the ball ahead, but this is going to be an intentional foul on Taylor. Didn't need it, but he was trying to stop that fast break. He didn't want them to get an easy layup. Now they're going to get 2 shots and the ball back.
Right. Not good strategy there.
No, especially when you got the 1-point lead, let the guy have a basket there, 2-point basket.
So they're not. Okay, he is going to the line?
He is going to the free throw line.
Why are they pulling everyone off?
So they called that an intentional foul.
Intentional foul.
Okay.
Because he did not make a play for the basketball. Is that correct,
Just
Joe?
grabbed his arm. His intent was to stop the pass, not to block the pass, to not let him pass.
And so Young will be at the line, shooting 2 all by himself. And the first one is up and true.
And see, now they're going to get 2 points.
Plus the
and the ball back to possibly score again. So that's why it was better.
It's
off
almost
just
like a
let him
technical
score.
foul, right?
Yeah,
almost.
in a sense. So he would have been better off to let them have the 2 points, go back 1 point, and get the ball back rather than give them 2 shots. Which he didn't make the second shot, but they still also have the basket.
So Young misses the second, but again, as you said, Columbus State ball here.
At the point of the foul, which is right below
22-22 tie with 10:48 left in the first half. Gets the ball in, and Evans up, and no good. Nice box out underneath. By number 10, again, a young man.
Looked like a bowling ball in there.
And he's going to bring the ball down the court. Kick it off to Blanton. Blanton looking to attack. A nice little spin dribble, and he finds Taylor in the corner. Dribbles back. Taylor short on the 3. Tipped out by Hamilton. It'll be Columbus State ball. You think Taylor should have just taken that 17-footer instead of pulling back, taking that dribble?
Always want a little bit more. I just took the shot the first time.
So Fair Harris brings the ball across the court. Again, Hamilton in the zone. Harris kicks it to Blanton. A nice drive, and we are going to have a foul. 2 shots here, sending Ronald Farrow to the line. And again, the foul will be on number 10. We do not have
We do not know who 10 is yet.
He is the player to be named later.
But he does have 2 fouls. We may not have his name, but he is in the book with 2 fouls currently. First one is up and good there. So Farrow here for his second. And it is up and it is good.
So now they've got a 2-point lead, so we've reversed.
So again, Hamilton in a little bit of foul trouble here. 6-1 in fouls so far to start this game. And 10 dribble attacking. Blanton now with the basketball.
Uh-oh.
And he throws the ball. He's able to go save it. Great hustle there and effort. You know, Blanton, young man's not only playing a great game, but great hustle there. Throws it, tips away, and he's the one that chases it down.
He was down here when the pass went through the hands, and he was able to hustle back. You're fine. That's legal. That's not illegal.
10 on the shot clock here for Hamilton as they cross the court. And number 1, a deep 3, and just going to be long. Tisrael on the rebound, and he immediately attacks and ties the ball game back up at 24. Fair Harris immediately down the court to Bennett. Bennett between the legs, swinging the ball back to Fair Harris. Harris back to Bennett in the corner. Fair Harris. Again, this zone defense is causing some havoc here. And a nice tip away by Blanton. Blanton ahead. A tip away. No, he's going to get the foul.
I thought that was a nice block, but we had a different angle than the official did there. I thought he got balled. What did you think?
I think the official made the call, so we're going to let that stand.
I'm not going to say he made a bad call. I'm just
Joe,
saying
I
different
never
angle.
argue with officials.
Oh, no. You've been trained not to, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
Coaches never argue with
if
the
I was the
officials.
official, I probably would have called the foul because of the angle. He got blocked out by the body.
So Evans on this foul. That's his first and the team's second. And Tisrael with his first one up and good.
On the pass down here, the one he was throwing it to, 22, he was backing away. Well, when the ball got tipped, he kept going away. He should have attacked the ball at that time, come back to it.
Possession over position, Joe. Yep. We talk about that all the time with our players, and that's something that you have to do. Tisrael up and good with the second, and he is subbed in for then. Again, number 21, another young man that is nameless on the rosters we've been given. Columbus State has the ball again against this zone, able to get it to the baseline, and Bennett up and good for 2. He did a great job of attacking the basket there.
I like the way a lot of these guys attack the basket.
And again, another attack there with a shot. Farrow on the rebound, and again, immediately Columbus State on the attack.
And again, attacking the basket.
And Young right to the basket. Miami Hamilton going to call a quick timeout. This is a 30-second timeout. So we will take that timeout with them and go to one of our sponsors.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
And we are back with 8:56 left here on WZAA 106.9 and CampusNation.com, the sports animal. We have a couple updates real quick on the roster. Number 1 is Brandon Blanton. Number 21, again for Miami Hamilton, is Johnson. And number 10 is Frost III. Immediately, Fair Harris strips the ball from Blanton. Fair Harris up with a little 15-foot jumper and in. Columbus State has really picked up the pace defensively here over the last few minutes.
Yes, they have.
And there's Blanton, number 1, Brandon Blanton on the attack. A block by number 5, Young. Immediately ahead again to Bennett. Bennett attacks the rim, unable to finish, and Blanton on the rebound. Blanton immediately attacking. He's going to stop and think about a 3, and then able to get it off to number 1, Brandon Blanton.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the other
So we have Jeremichael Blanton as number 5, and number 1 is Brandon Blanton. So I got to give a shout out to my wife, Maria, for the assist there on the names and numbers.
Good job, good job.
Young with the miss, an immediate rebound by Young, and he is attacking the other end of the court and going up, and again, another foul.
I was going to ask you if the Blantons were brothers.
A law firm, part of a law firm there.
Law firm?
Blanton and Blanton.
Blanton and Blanton Law Firm.
I know they both can shoot it from deep. So the first foul there, or excuse me, the second foul on Brandon Blanton. So again, Hamilton now has 3 players with 2 fouls. And Malik Evans to the line, and he's going to put the first one up and in. So now we have our biggest point spread of the evening at 5, a 31-26 lead. And immediately that prompts Hamilton to put in Hill. Sharon Hill, he has been their man, the 6'7" sophomore out of Northwest High School.
You know, it seems like that intentional foul, it just turned them around.
Changed the whole complexion of the game. Hill immediately in and immediately with a rebound. And now Tisrael bringing the ball across the court, calling the set. A little confusion there. And they're looking to post up Hill. Got him in the game, you might as well get him. 14 left on the clock. He's going to turn, he's going to attack, and he's going to be fouled there by number 12, Bennett. Austin Bennett on the foul for Columbus State.
Number 2 gets fouled, number 12 walks away holding his head.
Maybe you got a piece of both of them. So Bennett with the foul. Oh, you're saying the man that got fouled the man that fouled is the one who walked away holding his head.
Yeah.
Hill up and good on the first one. We're going to have a few substitutions here for both teams. Number 20, Shamar Brown, as well as Zion Farm coming back into the game, and Matthew Gerhardt for Columbus State. Hill's second one up, and it rims in and out, and Fair Harris on the rebound for Columbus State Cougars.
Still a 4-point game, 31-27.
Immediately ahead, and that ball's into the corner, and now it's going to be trapped, and he is in trouble, and he's going to call a quick timeout. So this is going to be a 30-second. Again, we're going to take a real quick minute and hear from our sponsor during this timeout.
They mix it up a lot, and I can listen to them for longer periods of time.
Extreme Radio.
Community Radio.
106.9.
Got what I need.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
And we are back on 106.9 WZAA and CampusNation.com, the sports animal. Rick Phillips, Joe Davis, and me, Alan King, here at Columbus State. We have a 31-27 basketball game with 7:19 left in the first half. Columbus State basketball, drive in attack, Farm on the attack, a second attack, and he is going to get to the free throw line.
Kind of a late whistle there.
No, I really don't think so. I think he just watched the
He was
play
absorbing it, the
Yeah.
whole play,
Yeah.
and nothing but the play.
I think the whistle was fine.
And another young man there on Miami Hamilton with 2 fouls. Number 42, Logan Taylor, has picked up his second foul. So the lefty, Zion Farm, here shooting up and good for the first free throw. So again, one of the young men we didn't have before, Jordan Johnson, number 21, checks in here for the Harriers, taking
Jordan
out Taylor.
Johnson. That's a nice name. You should have had it long ago.
And the second one is up and good as well. So we have a 33-27 ball game with 7:09 left in the first half.
We can call him JJ.
And Hill just across the timeline picks it up. He's in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to have a 5-second call there on him.
It was stolen, but I was thinking the referee was already in the intent to blow the whistle, so he already lost the ball.
And I got to imagine if you're one of these two coaching staffs, you didn't want to use another timeout on one of these situations.
Already used one on one of those, yeah.
So Columbus State, quick attack. Fair Harris from the top of the key, and
Wow.
that is 3 is good. And now Hamilton's coach, he is going to take another timeout here. This is going to be a full timeout.
We'll go that.
So again, with 6:47 left and a 36-27 lead for Columbus State, we are going to take a moment and hear some word from our sponsor and be right back.
shake, rattle, and roll on 106.9 FM Jeffersonville.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
That's why I don't start.
So we are back here at Columbus State and with 106.9 WZAA and CampusNation.com. Again, Rick Phillips, Joe Davis, and Alan King here. And we are calling this game with 6:47 left. The Cougars are up 36-27 over the Miami Hamilton
Did you tell your
Harriers.
wife she has to go get halftime stats?
I did not give her any directions, Joe. I want to stay married, so I make mere suggestions. I don't give any directives. So it'll be the Harriers' ball here to start. And immediately passes it into the corner and gets trapped. He gets this ball ahead to Blanton. Blanton ahead to Johnson. Johnson swings it back around. Nice attack, and they get the ball to Hill, and there's our first dunk of the game. Hill throws it down.
Went this far. I'm really shocked we went this far.
With authority, the two-hand jam from Hill. Sharon Hill. If I can get his name correct. Nice shot there by Young. And again, a full court press.
Could be Sharon Hill.
And a nice attack, and we're going to have a block inside the arc. Joe, have you ever had to administer the arc rule?
No.
It is a difficult one to administer, but it was correctly administered there.
Is that where you line people or 2 by 2 and take them up the plank?
That's a different arc rule. That happened a few years longer ago than this one.
I despise that rule. To me, if you play defense, you play defense. I don't care where. If it's on the court, it's on the court.
And Ronald Frost for his first free throw.
And if you're
standing up and good.
If you're standing there and inside the arc, but that can stop a guy from driving in and making a dunk and making an easy basket, I'm all for it. Why do you have to? Oh no, you got to give him a dunk or something. Yeah, I don't like that rule. I despise it.
And the second one is missed, but Hill is able to corral the rebound. Swings it around in Blanton from the top of the key. Jeremichael Blanton misses, but Hill gets another rebound. So this is a third opportunity here for the Harriers on one possession. And Tisrael moving the basketball around and into Hill inside. A nice little spin move. That would be the dream shake there. Hakeem Olajuwon made that one famous. A nice 2-point jump shot from Hill, and we're back to a 6-point game. Columbus State's lead. And again, a zone, trapping in the corner, and number 15, Gerhardt.
Oh, he got fouled.
He misses it, but he was fouled by Johnson.
JJ
has gotten a new nickname from Joe Davis today. We're going to have to let him know after the game that he has acquired a new nickname.
Well, we've got Jumpin' Joe here. He's JJ too, right?
So a little fond of that. Now we have the lefty, Matthew Gerhardt, to the line, shooting 2. His first one is up, and it is no good. A little bit of an interesting release for this young man, but a nice stroke.
He's left-handed. Of course it's going to be interesting.
Watch it. Are you left-handed, Joe?
No.
Oh, I am.
And the second one is up and good. So again, we're going to see a full court man-to-man press by Columbus State, and now they're kind of backing out of it as Blanton brings the ball across the timeline. Blanton going to swing it over to Johnson. Johnson on the attack. Swinging it around, and Blanton wide open in the corner. Now they close on him. He's able to get past, and he's up for another and one.
Wow.
And that would be Jeremichael Blanton.
They're back within 5. This could make them back within 4. The Cougars were slowly getting a larger lead there. I mean, silently is what I meant. Getting a silent, larger lead, and all of a sudden, it was up to almost 7 points, and now it's back to 5.
And that foul was on number 4, Zion Farm. That was his first foul of the game. So here's Jeremichael Blanton at the free throw line. Short. Up with it, and it's no good. Rebound by Ronald Farrow. He pitches the ball ahead to Fair.
Boom.
And he hits another 3. This young man, he's got deep range, immediately putting him back up to an 8-point game. The Harriers back on the attack. Hill driving, gets it tipped away by Farrow. And the ball immediately ahead again. Fair Harris, and he throws it away. Stolen by Blanton.
Brandon
Blanton. And JJ pitches it out to the corner, and Brandon Blanton finds underneath a little left-handed flip up there for Frost. Frost the third there with a flip for the left-hand goal. Immediately back down the court, Young with the miss, and Hill with the rebound. Hill's going to bring it up himself, and he's under control attacking, and he's going to get fouled there by Farrow. You know, the Hill, he has shown us the whole repertoire so far, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The ability to handle the ball there in the full court. He gave us the dream shake a few minutes ago. The young man, he can play some basketball, so he will be at the line down 6 with an attempt to bring it with a 4-point game. The first one is up, and it is no good. So that was the first foul there on Ronald Farrow. And checking in for Mario Young is number 12, Austin Bennett. Austin Bennett really started this game off strong, and we haven't heard from him in a little while.
Quiet.
So hopefully he can get things going again for the Cougars. Second one up and good for Hill there. So we have a 5-point game with 4:32 left. And now Hamilton in their own full court press, a little bit of a soft zone press. Pitches it ahead, and a nice little 15-foot jumper, no good there. Rebound by Hill, and he is on the attack again, and he avoids and is able to go up.
Good call.
Going to have a block there on, is that Bennett?
12.
Number 12.
He was set up way before he got there, but when the guy broke inside him, he sort of leaned back a little bit to get the contact. The contact was on the shoulder, not the torso. A charge has to be on the torso. Therefore, if there's contact, that has to be on the defense.
So the first one for Hill is up and good. He rattles that one in, and it is now 42-38 with 4:17 left in the first half. That is the third foul on Bennett. That's probably why he's been out for a while, and we haven't heard from him much.
Too bad we couldn't get these referees to referee the Wilmington College basketball game today.
Joe.
The second one is up and good from Hill. And so here we have a later 2-2-1 full court press from the Harriers. Pitches it ahead to Farm. Farm looking to get the ball across. Back to Fair Harris.
Look.
Fair Harris ahead, and it is tipped out of bounds off of Farrow. Good job there in recovering by Tisrael to tip that ball off.
You notice he didn't argue that call, so it must have spun in his hands after it got tipped.
He knew that was going to be the call. You could tell, as you said, he didn't argue it. So now, again, picking him up about man-to-man in the half court. Pitching ahead to Tisrael. Hill setting a screen. And Tisrael straight down Euclid there for a little layup.
So just about a minute and a half ago, we were 8 points. Now we're at 40. Now we're at 1 point.
And it's tipped ahead. Brandon with the steal. Ahead to Hill. Behind the back to Blanton. And Blanton, Jeremichael Blanton with the lay-in.
So we went from an 8-point lead to a 1-point deficit.
So every time I think we've seen the full repertoire from Hill, he does something else. A nice behind-the-back pass there.
Nice.
And now attacking Hill on the baseline and stolen by Jeremichael Blanton, but he turns it back over. Nope, he's able to tip it to Frost. Frost on the attack. He's going to attack a little pitch off to number 1 there, Brandon Blanton for the score. So now we have a 3-point game in favor of the Harriers, who were just down 8 what seemed like seconds ago.
Yes, wasn't that long ago. We were under 5, and we're on at 3:03 now.
So Columbus State now Farm attacking. He gets the ball tipped away. And the ball off to Farrow, who is deep, and Hill can't do much about that with the 2 fouls. He needs to stay in the basketball game.
How tall is he? I'm not sure.
Hill?
Yeah.
6'7".
6'7".
is what it says on the roster. So
Just a little short guy.
Yeah.
And a double screen here for Tisrael. Tisrael attacking, and he drives and kicks to Blanton. Blanton got the feet set and knocks it in deep.
Now they got a 4-point lead. That's a 12-point spread from where we were.
In Columbus State. Now we're starting to see a little bit of that pace we saw early on, picking back up here. Farm again with the basketball, attacking off a ball screen, a little hesitation, kick back to Fair, and this young man can shoot it.
Oh,
but he is just off, and Frost with the rebound. So now we're starting to see, gentlemen, that pace slow down a lot here.
Right, yeah, we're talking about and I think that's what we're going to see throughout the game. You're going to have pace. It's
in spurts.
Yep.
And a nice little 15-foot jumper there. Brandon Blanton, he thought he was fouled as well, but he gets it to roll in off a rubber rim.
So again, we got another 14-point spread. We got 6-point lead now where they were down 8.
Swinging the ball again into this little UCLA set. Fair Harris just rims out, and Hill high for the rebound, and he's going to bring the ball down the court. A little over and back action there, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah, it looks like it to me. I was sitting down, but
Tisrael on the attack, good to stop at the 15-foot line and
looked
knocked
like he
down.
was completely over, and the other guy wasn't completely over that way. And
So momentum here is definitely on the Miami-Hamilton side. Columbus State now running their offense, setting a wing ball screen for Farm. Farm now has Blanton one-on-one. He's going to take a deep three and no good, rimmed off to Tisrael with 1:15 left in the half.
well, he sort of faded back a little bit as he shot that shot, and the ball hit the rim. It's like if he hadn't faded back, he might have made that shot.
Hill with a little pump fake, and he's looking to do some damage. Now getting doubled, finds Blanton in the corner. Jeremichael Blanton just a little bit long, and Fair Harris
We're under 1 minute.
with the rebound. Fair Harris brings it down the court. He attacks, finds Gearhart. Gearhart slips underneath and finishes with the right. Nice job by the lefty, finding the other side of the basket to protect himself. So 42 seconds left here in the half. 46-52, 6-point game. Miami-Hamilton with the lead and the basketball. 30 seconds left in the clock, 15 in the shot clock. And Blanton with a turnaround. That would be Brandon Blanton with the turnaround jumper. Missed and rebounded by Malik Evans.
I would look for one shot here probably, wouldn't you, as a coach?
I think they're probably going to take the last shot of the half, and we're going to have no worse than a 6-point game. And if you're Columbus State, the way the halves end, you got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
Evans attacking, gets to the middle of the key, 15-footer, and it's good.
But they gave him time to come down and score.
And immediately on the attack, Frost the third drives the length of the court, up and good for the lay-in.
So you scored, but you give them 8 seconds, and that's too much time to go down the court and put a basket in.
So at the end of the first half, the Columbus State Cougars 48 and the Miami Hamilton Harriers 54. So a 6-point lead. I wanted to go through all of the schools of the Miami University set there. So a nice half, a nice pace by both teams. Slowed down a little bit there, but gentlemen, a great way to finish if you're Hamilton. On the attack there at the end of the half.
I'm already tired.
Your buddy's coming over to say hi to you.
Yeah.
So we haven't had a break, but these young men have had a break.
So we'll take a break here for
We're
going
to take a quick one here for the half. We'll be back in a few minutes with a few halftime scores.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
We're on the campus of Columbus State, the Cougars, and we've got a halftime score of 54-48. The guests, the Miami slash Hamilton or dash Hamilton Harriers with the lead right now. 6-point lead at the halftime. You're listening to WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. Shout out to all our folks out there in Jeffersonville, as well as those that are listening on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Want to say hi to everybody there. Tonight with men's college basketball, we are on the road with our game of the week. We do games of the week all over the state of Ohio, in particular the Columbus, Dayton, and Cincinnati areas, and try to feature some of the most interesting teams. And, of course, these two teams are both very interesting, and the pace is torrid, as we can see, with a 54-48. Both these teams could be in triple figures before the end of the game this evening. But anyway, we're going to take a little break here. We've got about 12 minutes to go before we resume the second half. We will be back shortly, and we'll have the stats here.
Quarterback ran over this way, and the blocking. He said he won't be able to do that. A basketball game. Came here, and Peter Kid stepped over.
And the instant replay, I'll tell you what would be the most interesting is because of this NDI technology, you can actually do play-by-play and color for our studio in Jeffersonville, no matter where we are in the state, and the cameras at that location.
Watch the
you guys are watching big screen television doing the
play-by-play from Jeffersonville. Sort of like the guys that talked about the game at halftime that are watching the game from New York and the game from Rome.
That's right. All you have to do is put your camera, you're out there with your engineer, and everything else is done in studio. The switching, or play-by-play, the graphics, it's all done in studio. Let's give them the halftime stats. Well, yeah, we got 9.5 minutes. You can do it anytime between now and then. We're not doing any more ads or any IDs. Let's see.
Monday, if we start talking Houston, then we got to keep on talking.
It's 6:49, so basically 11 minutes to top of the hour. We'll do a formal ID in 11 minutes. So it'll actually be probably that first whatever timeout in the game that we'll do. So you're fine. Nothing else.
We'll talk about first half.
Yeah, I'm going to go get a drink.
So we are back here again at Columbus State. And a little recap of the first half here on 106.9 WZAA and CampusNation.com, the sports animal. So for the visiting Miami University Hamilton branch Harriers, they have 54. Number 2, Sharon Hill. He's played 17 minutes, 4 of 5 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He has 4 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds, 14 total rebounds, and 12 points. He also has 3 assists to go along with those 12 points and 14 rebounds, so he has a double-double in the first half. Amon Tisrael, number 3, he has 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line for his 14 points. He also has collected 4 rebounds and 2 assists on the game. Number 5, Jeremichael Blanton. He is 7 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, unable to finish that and one that he attempted. And he has 2 rebounds for his 17 total points, as well as 4 steals on the defensive end. And number 10, Ronald Frost III. He is 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 5 total points. He also has 3 defensive rebounds and a total of 3 rebounds and 2 assists on the evening. And number 42, Logan Taylor. He has been saddled with foul trouble. He is 0 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line. No rebounds and no assists. And number 1, Brandon Burnside. Actually has a different name. We thought he was also Blanton. According to these stats, he is Burnside. He has played 14 minutes. He's 3 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line. A few of those, some very deep threes. No rebounds. He has 6 total points and 2 steals on the evening. And to round out the scoring for Miami University Hamilton is number 21, Jordan Johnson. He has 0 points on 0 of 1 from the field. He has 1 rebound and 1 assist. Columbus State Community College, the Cougars, they have 48 points on the evening. Number 4, Zion Farm. He has 2 points on 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He has 5 assists, though, doing a good job of running the offense for the Columbus State Community College Cougars. He also has 1 steal and 1 rebound. Number 5, Mario Young. He is 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line for 14 points. He also has 1 rebound and 1 steal on the evening. Number 12, Austin Bennett. He's been saddled with foul trouble, but he is 2 of 5 from the field. Has not attempted a 3 or a free throw for 4 points. Again, he has 1 rebound in those 3 fouls. Matthew Gearhart. He is 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He has 6 total points, 2 rebounds, 1 of those offensive, and 1 personal foul. And rounding out the starting lineup, Shamar Brown. He is 0 of 1 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. He has 1 rebound and 1 steal. And then coming off the bench, Malik Evans, number 1. He has 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 5 total points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 personal foul. Ronald Farrow, he is 1 of 1 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 4 points. He has 3 rebounds and 1 block. And then Jeremiah Fair Harris. Big game off the bench here for the Cougars. He is 4 of 6, 3 of 4 from the three-point line, a couple of those deep threes, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist to go with his 11 points on the evening. As a whole, Columbus State is shooting 47% from the field, 55%, 5 of 9 from the three-point line, and 73%, 11 of 15 from the free throw line. And Miami University Hamilton, their first half stats, 21 of 36 for 58% from the field, 4 of 11 from 36% from the three-point line, and 8 of 12 for 66% from the free throw line. So again, the score here at the half, 54-48, Miami University Hamilton versus Columbus State Community College Cougars. The Cougars are down by 6 here at the half.
So did I hear you correctly? Columbus State is actually shooting better their threes as percentage-wise from the field?
That is correct.
Wow.
That is correct. 56% almost, 55.6 from the three-point line, only 47% from the field.
Phenomenal.
So talk about a good first half.
Shot like 3 that were nice shots, just none of them went in.
Brandon Burnside, exactly, Joe. So a really nice first half. Rick, what were your thoughts on the pace of play here in the first half?
Well, there are very few times that we see this kind of pace at any level as far as the basketball games that we have covered. The Wilmington Hurricane, the high school basketball team, they can get this way occasionally, and we've seen some teams like in the Tip-Off Classic where the high school started at the beginning of December. We were in Hillsboro. We saw the Princeton team. They're like these teams. They have a pace that's unbelievable. And what I'm going to be excited about, we've got what's called the Play-by-Play Classic coming to Wilmington High School towards the end of this month. This year we expand to 4 games and 8 teams. It used to be 3 games and 6 teams. They'll be and one of the matchups, which is going to be phenomenal, is Wayne, the Warriors, against those Princeton. That's going to be an interesting game.
That should be some interesting pace going back to that part of it, just like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling Wayne can play that pace too.
Oh, absolutely. That's the kind. They really play some up-tempo basketball.
And one of the other things that we've seen in this first half, Joe, is we've seen a variety of things offensively, but also defensively. Defensively, we've seen everything from man-to-man, full court pressure, half-court traps, the 1-3-1 zone, the 2-3 zone. We've seen a 2-2-1 full court press. We've seen a diamond full court press. We've seen everything from both teams. What do you expect them to settle into here in the second half?
Settle into nothing. I don't look for them to settle into anything. I look for them to keep doing that, changing pace. And that's why I think that's why they're doing as well as they are. Both is the fact that they don't give either team something to okay, they're playing a 2-1-2 zone, or they're playing a 3-1. Here's what we're going to do. Because as soon as you change for that, they change to something else.
And you pointed that out several times in the first half, Alan, that Columbus State was sort of off their game, and you thought because of these shifting defenses that the Harriers were throwing at Columbus State.
I think a cross between that and the pace. When you run this kind of pace, you get tired. No matter even young guys get tired, and when you run this kind of pace the whole time, I think sometimes you're going to see that looping offense where you're going to be hot and then cool, then hot and then cool.
And so then we saw 58% for Miami Hamilton in the first half from the field, 47%, and we're talking from the field overall here for Columbus State. You got to imagine with this pace and some of the things we're talking about, those numbers are probably going to drop a little bit in the second half. And so again, though, one of the things, the reason why we got such high percentages, we're seeing a lot of layups too. Guys attacking the rim. We've mentioned that quite a bit here in the second half.
Well, the defense
foul trouble is going to be another reason why you can attack the rim,
right.
But also people are going to be a little bit trying to be safe and take care of
nobody
themselves
wants to get
here.
that third foul or fourth foul.
So here we are. We are ready to tip it off here with the second half, and it will be Miami Hamilton's ball here to start the half. Again, they are up 6 here to begin the game, and they get the ball into Tisdale right away, and he feeds it to the high post to Hill, who is able to swing it back out to Tisdale. Into Young. Young turns him face, and he has Hill at the top of the key. Hill gives a fake on a 3, kicks it out to Frost. Frost moves it back to Tisdale with 10 on the shot clock.
We're in a 2-3 now. Or 2-1-2.
And a nice block by Farm from behind, out of bounds. It'll be with 6 seconds on the shot clock, Hamilton's ball. Gonna kick it in. 5 on the clock. Blanton attacking down the middle of the key. Maybe an extra step, but he got away with it.
There was. I saw that.
And he has his first 2 of the second half. So swing the ball, Bennett. He is attacking the rim right at Hill, and a nice layup there for Bennett to start the second half. Maybe get him going after those quick fouls in the first half. So again here, right back down the court, and now we're seeing the ball at the high post here for Hill. He swings it over to Tisdale. Tisdale over to the corner to Blanton. Blanton open for 3, and he is going to be short, but he's going to get his own rebound. He chases it down. And again, he's in attack mode, right to the cup, misses it, gets his own, kicks it out, and Hill, we're going to see his first 3 of the game, and it is good. Why not?
Wide open.
Sharon Hill showing us everything tonight. He now has a behind-the-back pass, a 2-handed dunk, a 3-point shot, and a few other things. So 50-59, and Young up and misses.
Missed.
Young with the rebound. Back in, working his way up, and just rolls off, and Hill with his rebound, number 16 on the evening. Over to Frost. Oh, the alley-oop to Hill. He's able to finish and 1. Nice pass there by Frost to put the ball up where Hill could go get it, and a nice finish as he was getting fouled by Hill.
Yeah, he was going to catch and slam, and got caught on the arm there a little bit.
So now our largest lead of the game, that is a 61-50 lead here for Miami Hamilton, with Hill at the line trying to finish the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. It is up, and it is
lead.
good.
This is the biggest lead by either team today.
So now a little full court pressure, just a zone pressure, trying to slow them down here a little bit. And they look like they are in a 2-1-2.
Yeah.
Now kind of flattening out a little bit.
Did you think we'd have a lead by either team like this today?
No, not the way that it was going early on, especially because it seemed like we floated back and forth between that 3 and 1 point.
I thought it was going to get 4, back to 1, back to 4, back to 1, in both ways. And all of a sudden, they're coming off of the halftime. Miami's ready to play.
And the ball quickly in here to Frost. Frost going to go one-on-one against Bennett, bringing the ball down the court with 3 to get it over the timeline. He's able to do that. Now Bennett guarding him out, and we haven't run much offense here to start this quarter, but we're going to get a high ball screen from Taylor. An immediate trap, and Hill got the ball. He's looking over the top to Taylor. Taylor up and in over Gerhardt. So Taylor with his first 2 of the game. And really, guys, it feels like Columbus State needs a basket desperately in this possession. So here they're moving the ball, a little wing ball screen. The ball stopped now again. Malik Evans with the basketball. Over to Farm on the wing. He's getting a ball screen, and he's looking to attack Frost one-on-one with 5 left on the clock. He's got a step back 3. No, he passes on it, and Evans up with a 15-footer, misses Gerhardt for the rebound, unable to corral it, but Taylor steps out of bounds, so it'll be Columbus State ball. There's really not been any flow offensively, has there, for Columbus State?
No, we were talking earlier after the intentional foul. It seemed like they got a pumped up and got something going, got the lead. They need something to kick them into gear right now. They're just sort of
flat.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Maybe a shot in the arm off the bench, and Fair Harris has been that. I can see him checking in here very shortly. Again, kind of a stagnant offense, a diagonal screen, a little MAC play in here. Evans on the attack. Evans up and over and gets a nice layup there.
Well, they look tired. I mean, they're standing out there, like right there. They're just sort of everybody standing looking. It's like
Blanton immediately down the court with a missed 3, and Gerhardt with the rebound. You know, Rick, as you mentioned at halftime, they have put in just enough different things defensively that it's kind of messing up Columbus State's pace.
Right, and that's exactly the point, yeah. It's that pace that's being disrupted.
And
this
so
Ferris
that
coming in.
Foul is on Frost, which is his 3rd. That's going to be a big point here in the first half. And so Fair Harris is at the table getting ready to check in, and Bennett is going to the free throw line for 2. And the first one is up, and it is good. And Fair Harris is going to replace Farm here. And again, Farm wasn't really getting them into anything. They were kind of standing around and staying, and we'll see if Fair Harris can fare any better here to begin the second half.
What a pun.
And the second one is up and good. So we're back to a 10-point lead here, and now into a little full-court man-to-man pressure. Blanton able to break that pressure.
A little offensive push there, I think.
Going up and one. And
all the way down the court, the offense was shoving him off, and, defense is running beside him, which he's legally allowed to do. And I'm like, okay, I can understand letting them play a little bit. But, at one time you've got to maintain the sport, not let somebody push the other guy out of the way.
And you see the offense get a lot of latitude, it seems like, nowadays with some of those things. So here Blanton is, Jeremiah Blanton at the free throw line to finish the three-point line and play, and it is up and it is good there
13
for
point
Blanton.
Lead, 54-67. 16 minutes to go in the game.
So Fair swings it over to Evans. Evans attacks and has nowhere to go, and he's put himself in jail. Gerhardt gets the ball tipped away by Hill, and Hill has his steal.
Again, Gerhardt just staying there, and, once you're there that long, somebody's going to come in and defense that pass.
And we're going to have a foul there on Fair Harris. That'll be Harris's first foul of the game. And we have a couple substitutions. Farrow and Young back in the basketball game.
And Young with his 6'7" underneath the basket. Offensively, he makes a difference out there with them.
So the ball into Frost the third. Frost the third backing down Bennett with those 3 fouls. Oh, and Hill, a nice little back cut, and Frost finds him for the two-handed jam.
He went out. He should have stayed back, and made that open for him.
Young into the middle. He goes right through Hill and unable to finish, but Hill grabs the rebound and he is on the attack. He loses the ball and Fair Harris is on it immediately. Fair Harris, a quick attack and right to the rim. I tell you what, that young man, he can get to the rim in a hurry. Blanton, the ball back down the court immediately for a 3, and Hill misses, and he's going to get a foul. That was a frustration foul. He was mad the last time that he thought he got fouled on the tip away.
He laid on the floor the whole time they went down there and then got up slowly because he thought he got fouled. And right there, you're right, that was nothing but a frustration foul.
And those frustration fouls, they really frustrate the coach because that's his third foul, and he's got to go possibly sit down. They're going to leave him in the basketball game, trust him to play with 3 here with 15 left in the half.
You're right, somebody went out. I thought it was him, but it wasn't him.
So Burnside into the game here. Number 1, and Hill back on his backside, and we have a travel there.
He traveled. He did. Picked the wrong foot up.
Farrow was a little farther away than he's used to being, I think, from the basket, trying to back to the basket. Those big guys, they get uncomfortable when they're not in their normal spots.
I would be attacking Hill right now with the basketball.
Ooh, and Evans thinks he has his steal, but is not clean. The official's going to call a foul.
I mean, not now because they're on defense, but when they get the Capital gets the ball going that way, I'd be attacking Hill. He just picked up his 3rd foul. He does not want to get a 4th foul this early in the second half.
Columbus State has to, just to your point, attack the rim, but they got to get into some kind of rhythm to do that here, and they got to get a little ball movement. But first, they got to get a few stops. And Blanton on the attack, and he's going to get the travel he didn't get called earlier, called there. So not quite the pace we saw in the first half, and not quite the clean play we saw in the first half here. A 13-point lead. The Cougars trying to make their comeback here. Fair with the basketball. 15 minutes left here in the half.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bennett swings the ball to Fair Harris. Fair Harris back to the corner to Bennett, and a little wing ball screen. Ball back around to Fair Harris. Now he's attacking. He swings the ball to Young. Young hangs in the air, unable to complete it. Frost the third with the rebound.
Well, and again, attack him, but when they're set up in a zone, they're protecting him. It's kind of hard to attack one player when they're set up in a zone.
Ball into Hill inside. Again, the dream shake, and he is able to complete it.
Thought he missed that, but he got a little lucky bounce when it hit the rim.
That looked like a home rim instead of a road rim, and they lead by 15. But there is the attack you talked about. And Taylor, he also has foul trouble. That is going to be his 3rd foul here early here in the second half.
Yep, 42, 3rd foul. So we got 2 guys with 3 fouls. So again, if they start attacking that, they either got to let them go in or take a chance of getting their 4th foul.
Both big men. And as you mentioned, though, Joe, they put them in a zone there so they can try to keep them out of foul trouble. Evans up and good with his first free throw here.
And he goes out, 42, the one who just picked up his 3rd foul.
And
he's probably getting
Blanton
tired.
back in. It might have been his scheduled time to come out as well, as you mentioned. He looked a little tired. So Evans here with the second one. And that is up, and that is good.
Did he just throw the ball into him and then he walked back out of bounds with the ball?
He handed it in and he stepped back out, but they're going to allow him to play. Frost brings the ball down the court here, and he is going to be attacking immediately, and it is blocked and off of his leg, out of bounds. Yeah, and the officials are going to get together. From his angle, he couldn't see it.
He couldn't see it.
He
but
couldn't
this referee,
see it. It rolled right down his back. Good job of them getting together.
And it's the right job. If you don't see it, you can't. Even though you think it happened, you can't call it if you don't see it.
Good officiating.
And so now a chance to cut into that 13-point lead. Fair Harris bringing the ball across what looks like a 3-2 zone. And they're going to get trapped here in the corner. Evans finds the ball diagonally across to Farrow. Farrow gets the ball to Young. He takes a couple little dribble and a nice. That's a tough screen to handle there. That was like an 8-foot ball screen. That ball screen was set at about 8 feet from the basket. Real tough to guard, and Hill didn't want to pick up his 4th. So 11-point lead here. And looking to do a little damage defensively. Deep three from Burnside.
Oh, my.
He shot
Burnside from the other side of Columbus, and he connects.
He shot those earlier, but just was off of just a bit, and that one went swoosh.
Wow.
But 1 out of 4 is still not a good height.
Practicing his NBA shot.
And Columbus State, a nice attack back down to the other end, and that is going to be Frost III's 4th foul here with 13:20 left. And he's a big part of the way they've been able to break this press so far here in the second half, so he's going to have to sit with those 4 fouls.
So 10's got 4 fouls, and they've got 2 other guys with 3.
And Fair in the middle of the key. He's coming out. He's going to get a shot from the wing. Nope, he pump fakes and drives. A little 15-foot jumper just off the rim, but Evans there for the rebound.
Now they're getting the lucky rebound. Maybe it's that end of the floor. They're getting the offensive rebounds where Miami was getting the offensive rebounds the first half. Oh, nice bounce pass into 22 right there.
And the ball reversed over to Young. Young, and there's 14 left on the clock.
I'd be getting the ball into him and letting him go against Hill. Hill's got 3 fouls. Bounce it into him. Let him take Hill on.
Young attacking, unable to get it, and the ball bounces right back to him. Evans, and he got shoved in the back, but it was his own man that put 2 hands in his back there. 3 shots at it, couldn't do it. Hill down here offensively, going to the basket, going to try to finish, but he is fouled by Farrow. Farrow was resigned that he was going to have to foul him there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. But if they'd have got the ball into Farrow down here, where he could have turned around and went against Hill, Hill's either going to foul him. He could legally block the shot, but, a lot of guys were going to ease off not to get that foul.
And as you're saying, you want to that guy that has 3, you want to kind of put him in that opportunity to have to go for his 4th or decide not to. So Hill with the first one up is no good, and they maintain a 14-point lead here with 12:31 left in the second half. Hill, the second one is up, and it is good. So Hamilton back in his zone, and they are not all in the same zone. Now they are here. And right in the middle of the key, he gets it to Evans,
Boom,
Young. And Young, Mario Young, able to score quickly there for 2.
42 coming back in. He's arrested.
So Blanton across, and coach is wanting a little movement there. The ball swung to Burnside. They're out a little tighter on Burnside, even though he's farther away from the basket this time. Blanton on an attack, and he gets fouled. He got bailed out right there. That was a drive and an attack, and I believe that's going to be on who? Bennett, and that's going to be his 4th here with 12 minutes, just under 12, 11:59.
A guy like that, he's falling down. He slipped. He's falling down. Why foul him?
And those are the ones that are hard to swallow when you're a coach or a player. You got him to do exactly what you want. He's out of control, and then to put him on the line. And this kid is too good a shooter to put on the line. He rattles the first one in for now a 14-point lead. It's 76-62 with 11:59 left. And we're seeing a little foul trouble on both ends.
Yep.
Again, as you mentioned, Taylor checks back into the basketball game, well rested. And Blanton will be getting his 2nd free throw attempt here. And it is up, and it is short off the front rim, and Farrow with the rebound. So Fair Harris swings the ball over to Evans. Evans, a little wing ball screen, and he is moving the basketball side to side with the dribble. Fair looks to penetrate the zone, gets it in, and a missed shot, but back up and in then by number 20, Brown. So Brown got his own rebound and put back there. Taylor here with the ball, swinging it over to Burnside. Burnside going to lose the ball momentarily. Evans doing a nice job putting some pressure on defensively. Blanton backing down. Kicks it out to Tisrael. Back to Blanton. And he wants the smaller Fair Harris on him, but he's going to kick it out deep again from Burnside, and it's an air ball. But it is tipped out of bounds by Fair Harris. You know, Joe, sometimes air balls are the hardest ones to rebound.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I guess.
You are, because you can't go up, because you as a player, you've got to assume it's going to hit something.
And Fair Harris checks out and farm back in to the basketball game. 5 seconds left here on the short shot clock, and a steal by Young, and Mario Young attacking the rim and going to go past and in for the layup.
Nice drive right there.
And it's back to a 10-point lead. Hamilton is going to call a full timeout, so we will go to our sponsors for a word from them.
Top 100 hits. Always 106.9 FM, Jeffersonville.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
And we are back here at 106.9 WZAA and CampusNation.com, the sports animal.
Well, the key thing here is if they can get tired, they can
Take advantage.
Take advantage of that. You can see a spurt coming on, and all of a sudden we get a close ball game again.
And there's some foul trouble. Not only you're talking about the Harriers getting tired, but they also have some foul trouble. Like you mentioned, you want to be in that attack mode. Young has done a nice job. Mario Young has done a nice job of that here in the last couple minutes. So with 11:05, 66-76, and it'll be the Harriers' ball, and it looks like they're going to be seeing a full court press.
Players
Burnside having
trying
a
to get their
conversation with the official, asking for some fouls. Evans just doing a nice job defensively on him. And a
Nice
tip
steal.
steal away. Brown chasing it down to the corner, but unable to grab the basketball. No change on the shot clock, so there'll still just be
Somebody's in
25
trouble.
left.
Coach mad at somebody getting.
And ball out on the sideline, and
He's gonna
a
get fouled.
silly foul there by Farrow. And the bad news is that is going to put Hill at the free throw for 1-1, as that is the 7th team foul.
And that's his third. So, he was not in even foul trouble. Only 2 fouls up to that. And there was no reason to foul right there. That was probably a little frustration. You're dumping me around a little bit. I'm going to bump you back. And not needed.
So a big free throw here as the momentum has shifted over to the Cougars. And he makes the first. The front end of the 1-1.
Burnside still.
And Burnside is still seeking to explain. Maybe he's in pre-law. Because he is having a law-type discussion. And the second
And they
one by
actually
Hill.
do have that course here.
So here we go. Farm with the ball at the top of the key. And he is looking to move it very slowly, though. Not able to really run an offense here. Tisdale doing a nice, Tisrael, I should say, doing a nice job.
That guy's got 3. Take him.
Young tacks the rim, and as you said, unable to, Taylor is unable to do anything about it. So right to the rim and an easy 2 there for Young.
Threw it away. 3 took his eyes off the ball went through his hands and hit his knee and out of bounds.
Now the question here for the Cougars is, can you put a couple good possessions back to back? That's what they've struggled to do.
Yeah, we can need some stops here.
So the Cougars got that last stop and now looking for an offensive possession and maybe another stop after that. Again, a little triangle action. Farm keeping the basketball, and he's now attacking. And on the other side, Burnside going to get called for a foul there. Joe, what'd you see?
I saw what you saw, but all I'm saying is that's why I would go into 22, and when 42 or 2 are guarding him, do the same thing. Go into him, let him turn, go to the basket. If they try to do that, get that same foul, now you got guys with 4 fouls, and you're going to have 3 or 4 guys on their team with 4 fouls. It's going to make a difference in this ball game. But if you're not going at those guys, you're not putting them into a foul position.
You got to put some pressure on them. So Evans with the miss on the first. He here for the second foul. And it is up, and it is good. So we are under double digits for the first time, I believe, since the beginning of the half. And now a little full court pressure, a little trap from Evans. And Burnside got 5 to get it across the court. He gets it across the court. He's attacking, gets spun around, but he is unable to finish it. And Young with the rebound. And Young is in attack mode, kicks it out to Evans. Evans, a little pull-up 15-footer, misses long. Rebound, Brown, up and good.
Nice rebound.
And you know where I've seen him be the most aggressive is on the boards here in the second half, Joe. And again, that full court pressure. Ooh.
He was coming up to get the steal and just a little late.
And when you're a little late, you get that foul, and that's Evans' 4th foul here, which puts them in a difficult position because he was really the last 2 minutes putting a lot of pressure and coming on.
Well, and that's what
he
was back here. He saw the pass coming. He went to go, and he was just a half second too late in that decision.
And 1-1 here for Hill. The front end of that 1-1. Trying to gain again a little bit of that momentum back. And he's going to be good on that first one.
Always, when I was refereeing, I always said 1 and bonus. Because if you say 1-1, yeah, but 1 and bonus shot. If he makes the 1, he's going to get a bonus shot.
So the second one up, and it is also good.
19-point lead? No, 9-point lead.
9-point
Yeah,
lead.
it's been
Wow.
cut.
So Fair Harris bringing the back across the court. Now they have 2 point guards out here for Columbus State. Let's see what they can do with that action out here. Fair Harris and Farm both out here. Fair Harris gets the ball into Brown. Back out to Fair Harris. Not ready to shoot. Gives a little pump and drive. The ball over to Farrow with 9 on the clock. He attacks the rim and is able to get a layup. Just what you said, Joe. You got to go at these guys because they're more worried about not getting a foul than they
back
are.
off and let you go.
And they have to be, really, with the short benches and with their impact on the game. Hill now has the ball at the top of the key, and he's dribble attack over to Tisrael, who's been quiet for a while, misses. Taylor does not able to get the rebound, and Farrow pulls it down on the attack. Farm, he kicks it off to Brown. Brown right at Hill, and we have ourselves a ball game.
5-point game here, 75-80.
So with 8:40 left, we now are back in not only in single digits,
The crowd
but
is going wild
under
here.
5. And a triple high ball screen. Does a nice job by Fair Harris against Blanton, and he's going to get called for the arm bar. You know, Joe, you know the reason I don't like that call? If you have your back to the defensive player, you're allowed to put your arm bar on that player.
Right.
When he turns around, you got to put it off. But as it backs to the basket, and that's how he was.
Right.
Back to the basket. So, at any rate, it's going to be a 1-on-1.
And the offense is coming down all game with the arm bar pushing guy off and no call.
And up and good.
And
So the free throw line has been a friend here to Miami Hamilton with their last 7, I think, coming from the free throw line.
I don't like it when you allow one, like offense, you can have the arm bar and push a guy off, but I'm not going to let the defense arm bar you back.
And the second one is up and also is good. So, again, that free throw line has been friendly here to Miami Hamilton in the second half. Fair Harris
Nice
hits
pass.
on the back door and just unable to finish by Young. But what a nice cut and what a nice find by Harris. Yeah. And Fair Harris, he has been that injection of energy in this team every time he's come in.
Every time he's come in, yeah.
So here's a rarity in this game. We have Blanton with his first foul of the game.
Wow.
Not very many guys out there with only 1 foul tonight. And the first one up and good by Young.
They back down to a 6-point game.
So the second one, and just able to control himself, but not able to put it in. So a 6-point game, and Burnside finding Taylor, running ahead, and he is fouled there by Farrow. And I believe, as Joe just mentioned, it would be his 4th foul.
All because of
they're
that.
going to call that on Brown.
Oh, really? Called on Brown? That's all right. Is that Brown's first foul?
Is that Brown's first foul? So I've already been wrong. My wife would tell you that happens regularly. But
she's not paying attention.
Brown, that's his first foul. So now we have 2 young men with just 1 foul here in the half.
I asked her
and
if she's
Taylor,
wrong a lot. If he's wrong a lot, and she nodded.
She didn't need any context. She just knows I'm wrong. So the first one there, up and good by Taylor, and he's putting his second one up. And it is short off the front of the rim. Farrow with the rebound. And Fair Harris on the attack. And he's sprinting down the court. Farm, he's going to set a ball screen then for Farm. Back to Fair Harris. Looking to get the ball into Brown. Fair Harris attacking down the middle of the key. He somehow able to get rid of that basketball.
He went up with no idea where he was going, I think.
And a short shot. Farm for 3. Just misses it. And a rebound by Tisrael. Throws it ahead to Burnside. Burnside looking to attack. Some nice defense, but a nice little spin move and turnaround by Burnside. And that is his 5th point in the game. And Young unable to finish it. Burnside with the rebound, and he's on the attack now against Brown. And he's throwing a wild runner up. Rebounded by Farrow, ahead to Young, and he's going to attack Taylor knowing he has those fouls.
And Taylor just opened the gate for him, so he didn't even try to defend him.
And so we're going to have a full timeout here on the floor. And with that, we will go to a break and a commercial from one of our sponsors.
Take a ride on the Jeffersonville airplane. Follow the White Rabbit 106.9 FM, Jeffersonville.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
And we are back here at Columbus State. And the Cougars are down 78-85 to Miami Hamilton.
They made a rush. Now then they sort of slowed down again. They need another rush again.
And their biggest thing is they need to stop putting Miami Hamilton on the free throw line. Yeah. That is where the majority
of the points are being
have
made the second half.
Yeah, and it's not. We can vow for we're doing Columbus State's game, and the fouls that are being called are fouls that they're committing. It's not like one-sided fouls. It's
11 of those second half points coming from the free throw line. It'll be Hamilton's ball here in the full court. Blanton with the basketball, bringing it across the timeline. Running a new set here to Taylor, getting the ball down into Hill, and he's going up, and he's going to get fouled and one. Able to finish.
He did a good job of keeping the offense off, got the thing, got position, and then you can't block him from with that position. Anybody tried to.
And it feels like that anytime they want a bucket, they can just go to Hill, and he is going to deliver for them, having a big game and a big half.
And I felt like they could do the same thing on the other end, going to 22 down there, first. And they just haven't went into him enough.
And so the and one is completed. Hill is able to make the free throw. Now involving him in a ball screen, and Young on the attack. He drops it off, and the ball is kicked. Tipped away there, so there'll be 17 left on the clock here with the ball out of bounds under for Columbus State.
They're putting 20 back on the clock.
They're going to put it up to 20. So looking to get the ball in, and they're going to toss that basketball into the backcourt, into Young, and he's going to collect it. And he should be on the attack right from the top, and he's going to be. He has the ball right at Hill, knowing he can't block it. Gearhart up with the rebound, goes right back at him. He's got Hill on his back.
And He'll just stand there. He'll just stand there. He's like, I'm not in on this, And that's why, because they know they're in foul trouble. That's why they should have been going after him for a long time.
And Burnside from the other side of the court. And
Burnside only shoots like 40-foot shots.
And he gets a foul, and that will be his fourth, I believe. And finishing it will be Brown.
If he makes this foul shot, we're back to a 5-point game.
So Burnside, he took a really tough shot down on this end and then compounded it with a foul on the other end for the N1.
When you got an 8-point lead with 7 minutes to go in the game, you don't need a 30-foot three-point shot. You need to eat up clock and take a good shot.
And I believe the coach agrees 100% with you as I saw him enter the bench. This free throw is not good, unable to complete the three-point play for Brown, but it is a 6-point game, as Joe mentioned here. Blanton with the ball at the top of the key. You got to imagine they're going into Hill inside. And here he is posting up. Tisrael and a foul call. Fair Harris is able to grab the rebound or the tip away. Attack, and Brown with the layup.
He put the hand up to the whistle and then didn't blow the whistle.
And went right through his back, and we are going to have a timeout. It'll be a full timeout here on the court with 6:05 left in a 4-point game. We are going to go to one of our sponsors and be back here in one moment.
And now, the greatest hits of all time on FM 106.9 WZAA LP, Jeffersonville, Ohio.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Welcome back to Columbus State, the campus of Columbus State, the Cougars. I'm here with Joe Davis.
That's me.
And Rick Phillips on
him.
106.9 WZAA and CampusNation.com, the sports animal. Thank you for joining us here. We have an exciting game. It's been back and forth all game, and now Columbus State making a nice run, 84-88, 6:05 left in this game. Guys, what's your best bet on what's about to happen here?
I think we may see a run here, and Columbus State, they look like they're ready to take this game over.
Columbus State definitely has the momentum here.
Defense right here.
Little full court pressure, and they get the ball to Hill, their big man.
Hill, he almost lost it.
Almost loses it, able to regain it and get the ball to Blanton, and now they're going to call a little set. And I got to imagine, and here goes Hill down to the low block. They're going to involve Hill, Tisrael, and Blanton in this set. They're three top players this evening. And again, there's Hill. He's got position on the low post, and the whole team comes to him from Columbus State. He kicks it out to Blanton and deep from three. And that lead is back up to 7. Really nice job by Hill making the assist. And there, Young immediately on the attack. And again, right at Hill and he can't foul.
And he just backed up and let him go in. That's what for 20 minutes we've been saying do that.
So as Rick mentioned, the big thing down here is getting a few more stops. And there's
Tisrael
traveling. Oh, they're going to have a jump ball first, but it will be Columbus State.
He was going to call travel.
Yeah.
He went in to call the travel. He called jump. Well, his travel should have happened. He should have went through with the travel because he's calling jump. He goes, okay, but the travel happened first.
Well, Columbus State has the ball either way.
Either way, but you would have still had the chance for a jump ball later if he'd have called the travel.
And there's that stop that we were looking for, right, Rick? We got a 5-point game and a 5 minutes left here in the half. Fair Harris, a little 17-foot jumper, gets tipped. We're going to see if that ball goes out of bounds. Brown unable to save it.
It's going to come back to Miami.
And it's going to be Hamilton's ball. So now they're going to need a second stop here to get the basketball back.
There. Again, see, the three pushed him away to get that ball. I don't like that much given to the offense.
And Blanton attacking. He's on the attack with the basketball over to Tisrael. And again, they got Hill on that low block, and he is one-on-one here versus Farrell. Farrell leaves his feet. Nice help there by Gearhart.
Yeah.
Ball out to Taylor. Taylor back to Tisrael. Tisrael back into Hill with 7 on the clock. A nice spin move by Hill. He goes up. He's unable to finish, but he's going to keep the ball alive and get a new possession, a new 30-second. Blanton attacks, and he is going to get a charge call there. Nice job by Brown.
I think that was sold by the defense.
You think that was it? Good acting.
I think it was. He hit him, but I don't think he hit him hard enough to throw him back to 6 feet like he went.
Well, then he's going to get the Emmy of the night
then,
right, Joe.
Yeah,
and nice job, though, by Brown being strong, standing in position. And there is a second stop we needed, a 5-point game with 4:34 left. And Fair bringing the ball down the court for Columbus State. Gearhart with a nice screen. Kick it out to Brown in the corner.
A basket here, 2 or 3, could make this an interesting ball game.
Taylor hedging out on the screen. Evans Young attacking, unable to finish, keeping the ball alive. And a tip from behind. Young steals it from Taylor. He's back into the attack mode, kicks it out to Brown. Brown to Gearhart. Gearhart attacking a little floater with the lefty. A little lefty magic.
That's that lefty for you.
Oh, gosh, that looks so fourth grade action right there, but it went in.
You know what, though? Gearhart, he's going to have his game 30 years from now when he's playing in the YMCA. The young man has an old man's game, and he is crafty. A deep 3 just off the rim. Hill able to corral the rebound. He's looking for a little dream shake, kicks it back out to Tisrael. They got a new 30, and Coach wants him to run a little bit off of it. Blanton with the ball on the wing here. Hill setting a screen.
Block, you wouldn't have been able to do that.
And Blanton with the attack and tipped out by Gearhart. I tell you what, Gearhart, the one thing he's done here in the second half, not only have a nice little runner, but he's defensively been in help a lot.
His defense has really helped him out.
Right there, they had a clear path to the basket, and he was able to tip it out. So 15 on the clock, the ball under, and they're going to pass it in to Taylor, Tisrael with the little 15-foot jumper, and it is good. So we're back to a 5-point game here.
Every time Columbus State has a chance to make them something on the offensive end, they don't, and then Miami takes advantage of it.
Fair Harris misses,
On
gets
his
the
back.
ball tipped away, but then he was out of bounds when he stepped back in and grabbed the basketball. So it'll be Hamilton's ball. And again, going back to what Rick has said a couple times tonight, we need another big stop here with 5-point lead for Hamilton and 3:09 left on the clock.
Plenty of time left. Plenty of time.
Only a 2-possession game and the ball in Burnside hands, and he's on the attack.
I bet he does not shoot.
I don't think he's going to take it crazy there. He got away with losing the basketball.
Yeah, you stop, you lose it, you go pick it up. You can't do that.
Miami Hamilton, do they have a timeout left? They do have a full timeout left here. So with 3 minutes left, 88-93 Miami Hamilton, and we will go to a quick break.
I'm looking on the board to see if they have a mark.
100 watts of the greatest hits of all time. This is FM 106.9 WZAA LP, Jeffersonville, Ohio, and
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Either that or he wanted to keep that one.
So we are back here on Columbus State's campus. And as we were discussing here, the coach probably wanted to keep that timeout, but was unable to here with 21 seconds left on the shot clock, 3 minutes left in this game. We are on 106.9 WZAA and campusnation.com.
He's got to play this last 3 minutes with no timeout. So
we believe he is out of timeouts. We're going to have to confirm that, but I believe he is out of timeouts now, and he is. So Columbus State has 3 left here in the half. Miami Hamilton has none with 3 minutes left in a 5-point game. 21 seconds on this shot clock. This is imperative that the Cougars get a stop here.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. They have to have a defensive stop at this point. With 3 minutes to go, down 5, you can't go down anymore.
So Gearhart again doing a nice job on the man out of bounds underneath. And something, Taylor attacking there. Brown able to strip it away, and he's going to called for a foul, though.
He did. He fouled him.
Joe is confirming the call of the official. I'm glad you're on the official side for once, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, you were on those officials too much.
This is a good crew. They've missed some travel calls, but other than that, this has been a good crew.
And pretty solid here, and Taylor's going to go to the line with 2 important free throws here with 2:56 left in the ball game. The first one is up, and it is good. So something to mention, one of the players that have sat out most of the second half, Frost III, he is back in now with those 4 fouls, able to play here with about 3 minutes left. The second one up, and it is good. And Farm's going to come in for Fair Harris here, switching at the point guard, and Miami Hamilton is going to put a little pressure.
That'll help run some time on the clock.
And the big thing they've done here in the last few minutes is just get this ball to Mario Young and let him attack, and he's trying to do that. Now gets the ball at the 15-foot line to Gearhart. Gearhart back to Young, and he's attacking. He attacks Hill, goes right up and gets a nice little dump off there to Farrow with the score. Young has done a great job of dribble attack and then drawing people and finding the open man or scoring himself. Burnside with the basketball here. And a tip away, Farrow unable to get the basketball back to Frost with 15 left on the clock. Again, a 5-point game with 2:20 left, and they just need a solid possession at this point. Farrow, Hill driving, a little runner, unable to get it, and Young with the rebound. Run, attacking on the run, and he's going to attack Burnside with those 4 fouls, and I correctly said it because he now has 5. Rick, I got a little excited and gave him his 5th foul before he had it, but he obliged and picked it up for me. So now Burnside out of the basketball game, and Young will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I think talking to the official didn't help him a while ago then, evidently, right?
Yeah, he hasn't got a call since he talked to him, has he? So he must not have said
the right things.
Exactly what that young official wanted to hear. So 2 big free throws here with a 5-point deficit. And the first one up and good from Young. And if there's anything I've learned from Young this evening is this young man is clutch.
4 points difference in this game with 2:08 on the clock.
And the second one is up, and it is off the back rim, and Frost with the rebound there. So a 4-point game, still a 2-possession game for the Cougars, again in need of that big stop. Blanton coming off a ball screen, swinging it to Frost. Again, Frost, a solid offensive player and decision maker out there. Hill, a little fake, a spin baseline, and a layup. Good for 2.
I'm not too sure he wasn't a little bit of an offensive curl there.
A little bit of a hook there. At any rate, he gets away with the 2. And now, again, Young on the attack, accepting 2 guys, goes right at Hill and right down
So back to a
for
4-point
2
game.
points. Right down the middle of the lane there. They are just attacking the basket relentlessly at this point.
That last foul shot that he missed was big because this could be a 1-basket game right now with a 3-pointer.
Farm with a nice steal, and he's going to be attacking Blanton with only 1 foul, decides to give one up, and that's a good foul there by Blanton.
If he could have made that basket, though, and because he got a shot off, if he could have made that, it could get this down to a 1-point game. We can still get it down to 2.
So again, making at least one of these makes it a 1-point possession. You get 2, or a 1-possession game. You get 2. And you're just down 2.
Well, we're down to the game we thought we was going to have the entire game.
That's right, yeah.
And so the lefty, Farm at the line for his first, and it is up, and it is pure. So we have a 3-point game, and for the first time in a while, Evans checks back in with those 4 fouls. And he was great at attacking the basket here early in the half, but then got those early fouls and had to sit out. The second one up, and a big free throw good by Farm.
2-point, 97-95. 2 teams almost ready to break the century mark.
So 1:15 left in the half. And you've seen a little full court man-to-man here. And again, we got to imagine they're going to run this offense through Hill. I can't imagine he doesn't get a touch on this possession. And here they go, bringing the ball over to Tisdale. Tisdale tipped away, able to regain it.
Almost double dribbled there.
Blanton with the basketball, looking for Taylor on the court. Blanton attacks and goes up and gets the foul, and that's a tough call.
He was there. If he would have just got into a defensive position, he'd have got the call. He'd have got a charge.
And so with 52 seconds left, the foul there on Young.
He could have got a charge right there if he had just stayed in defense, but he attacked and when you attack, even if the guy comes into you, you're going to get blocked.
So Blanton's first one is up, and it is good. He rattles it in to give him a 3-point game, and this is a big one here to get it back to 2 possessions. So when I already gave him the announcer's jinx on the other end, this young man looks clutch as well. Try to do the same for Columbus State. He steps up with the second of 2, looking to make it a 2-possession game, and he is going to be up, and he says, what announcer's jinx? He's got a pure shot, 99-95, a little full court pressure, slowing Columbus State down. They got Bennett in the corner. Bennett on the attack, tips the basketball away by Frost III with 42.5 on the clock.
I thought it ricocheted back against Bennett, but luckily it didn't.
And the basketball, they're looking to get the ball into Young. He's been the man on the scene, and he's attacking Blanton, kicks it over to Evans. Evans attacks the rim, unable to get it. Taylor, he rips the ball away from Taylor. Young right at Hill and up for 2. And we're going to have a timeout here, 1 of 3 used by Columbus State.
97-99.
We're going to keep it here.
When's the last time you saw a game where both teams were about ready to break the century mark? Usually it's one team. Usually one team's overrunning the other team, and are they going to get to the century mark? Both teams, 97-99 with 32 seconds.
It has been a while since I've seen a college basketball game this way, that's for sure. And you know, Joe, Hill there, I think he still only has the 3 fouls, but he's still in the play passive mode right there.
At this point in time, when I was playing, when I got this close down, I went back to, especially with 3 fouls, I went back to just playing defense.
And Hill, I can imagine here in the next possession or so, if there is more than one, that he will be aggressive again. Now, what do you do here? 32.8. You're not going to let him run this clock all the way down, but I think first you're probably looking for some pressure and a turnover maybe in the full court, and then after it comes across the front court, you don't want to let it burn too much time. You go immediately, and coach is going to be looking at the stats and say, I know this guy, and this guy are the ones we want to foul.
Right.
And so far, Hill and Blanton are not the guys you want to foul because they have been good from the line. Taylor went 2 for 2 just recently as well. and looked pretty pure on that stroke. So with 32.8, a full shot clock here, Miami Hamilton will have the ball in the full court. And Columbus State, a little matchup confusion here. And they're going to be in a full court man-to-man press. Frost does a good job of getting open. They're going to throw the ball back to Blanton. Blanton going to be on the attack. Evans, they bring 2 men to him, and they ran away from him. Frost now on the attack, gets it to Taylor. Taylor up and good with 2:22 left on the clock.
You got to go down and score quick. You got to get a quick score.
And Young needs to be on the attack, and they're going to come and trap right away. Evans right to the basket. Misses the layup, and that might be the ball game. Hill with the rebound over to Blanton. Under 10. They can't get a foul. Tisrael, and now they're going to foul off the ball.
Number 5 shooting.
With 5.9 left on the clock, and how big was that missed layup there?
I think he thought he had it so easy, he just sort of casually then went in with the layup, and it just rolled off.
Well, and sometimes when you're on the side like that, it looked like he tried to maybe just tap it off the glass, and he was unable to do that.
I thought he tried to lay it just over the rim. And when you do that, if you're a little short, it can hit the rim and just roll around.
Just lipped out. And Blanton, again, up for some big free throws, and he misses the front end of this 2-shot foul.
If this was a 3-point game, that would have been huge. But 4-point game, they still got to score and score again.
Now, they do have that timeout to help them, but as you mentioned, they got to score and get an immediate turnover to score the second one. And Blanton up, and he knocks down.
So it's 5.
Again, still only a 2-possession game, but they inbound it in the full court. And he's just going to get a runner off at the end there. Evans with the rebound, unable to score it. So the final here from Columbus State, Miami Hamilton 102, Columbus State 97.
Now we see why Capital was, I guess I said that again. Columbus State, you said their average game was what, 101?
101 here on the season.
And they got 97 today.
And here in the capital city, Columbus State, nice effort, just unable to get a few things to fall. A lot of balls didn't roll their way here in the second half.
That middle part of the game where they went into foul mode, I think is really what hurt them.
And they had a moment, as you mentioned, where I think they put them on the line, and they scored 12 of 16 points from the free throw line in a stretch. Where, again, and some of those were fouls that were silly fouls. And then once you get them into that bonus, it's really difficult. You accidentally run into somebody, bump into somebody. That stuff happens throughout the game. But now you're putting them on the free throw line. And Miami Hamilton, give them credit. They made their shots when they needed to.
They made the key shots. They made the foul shots.
They feasted at the foul line.
They feasted at the foul line. And then when they went underneath into the basket, majority of the time, they made those shots. And they made a lot of key long shots in the second half. They couldn't get it underneath, kicked it out to the outside, boom, basket. And unfortunately, Columbus State couldn't do that.
And Columbus State did valiant effort, though, coming back, played really hard.
Yeah.
And again, a young man, Mario Young, he really had a big second half, did a great job. The young man from Mansfield Senior, the 6'3 sophomore, really attacked the basket, made a lot of things happen, not only for himself, but for others.
How many three-pointers did they make the first half? Columbus State.
They were 5 of 9 from the three-point line in the first half.
How many did they shoot the second half?
I don't have them down for making a single three in the second half.
I don't think they shot more than 2 or 3 the entire second half.
And a lot of that had to do with Hill, the big guy, in foul trouble. And as you mentioned several times, they wanted to attack him, and they attacked and were able to finish at the rim quite a bit and keep this game close.
All right.
Well, we want to thank Ohio Christian University for sponsoring our game tonight. We were in downtown Columbus, right here at Columbus State Community College that has a great men's basketball team. What are we doing here, Joe? But anyway, I want to thank Alan King and Jumpin' Joe Davis here. And, of course, our cameraman down on the floor, Mr. Thompson. That's Dean Thompson, Mean Dean. And this is Rick Phillips from Columbus State. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening to WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio, and CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports.
Good night.